Okay, thank you again for your attention. With no further delay, we will get started. This afternoon, we are talking about tech services. We must say that this is one of the most innovative webinars that we've run since we started 2 years ago. And we have decided to hear the voice of our target audiences. And so for about a month ago, we opened a survey because we wanted to have your view, wanted to hear from you on the expectation that you have for our webinars this year. And we've submitted the webinars for both French-speaking and English-speaking audiences. We've received a lot of responses, and this has informed the plan that we have for you for this year, 2022. We had a lot of interest for topics around cloud solutions, around digital marketing, around TechSoup service and the donation program, and other productivity solutions. So we have crafted and designed a well packaged suite of applications and topics that will be delivered all along the year. And we are starting off with this particular webinar, and that will be focusing on the services that we have available to support your organization. And you'll hear a lot more from my colleague who will be our speaker of the day. His name is Mr. Kwame Asante. Kwame Asante is a web designer by profession. On the team at TechSoup West Africa, he handles the digital marketing and technical assistance portfolio, and he will do us the pleasure of taking us through a very interactive session, and we'll be able to learn more around options available to us when we need support to carry on to our digital transformation journey, and then when we want to express new requests, new demand regarding our tech initiative. Here again, I will hand over to my colleague Kwame Asante, who will begin to engage with us. Again, Kwame Asante is a tech enthusiast, is a social media guru, and is a non-profit activist. He'll do us the pleasure to have the session in command this afternoon. And before we close the session, we'll have ample time to receive your question, to receive your comment, to discuss and hear a lot more from you. We'll have a practical session for a demonstration of the services that will be offered. Kindly tune in, and then if at any point in time you lose access to the network or that you do not have a good audio quality, we urge you to kindly drop off and then to join back again, and we are hoping that you will be able to follow comfortably. Join me this afternoon to welcome my colleague Kwame Asante, Project Officer on the TechSoup West Africa Program, live from WAXI office in handling the webinar presentation for this afternoon. Kwame Asante, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sombo. It is a great delight, I must say, whenever we are able to come in front of our constituents in the region that we serve. As we all know, TechSoup West Africa has been in the business of providing technology support and services for a while now. We have a number of technology products available in our products catalog, and that nonprofit organizations have been benefiting from. And we have also been your go-to hub when it comes to technological services. And so it is always a delight, let me say it again, to be able to provide some of these information and services to you. Today, we are going to look at some tech service offerings that we want to add to the already existing products and services that we are providing to you. And so, as Frank has already mentioned, we have listened to your concerns, we have listened to your complaints, your challenges, and we have come up with a cluster of services that we want to provide for you to make your work very effective, to make you very productive, and to make sure that you want for nothing when it comes to technology products and services. So today, what are we going to look at? We are going to take a look at a technical support platform that we are going to launch. And in the past, for those of us here that has received technical support from us, you were doing so via emails or via phone calls. And I must say that we've been able to provide support to a number of you. And today we are going to introduce you to a platform that will make it even more effective and more easier for us to be able to respond to all your technical support queries and requests. And we can be able to continue the support we are already giving you. And then we also have a number of services, and we are so excited to provide these services because these are services that anywhere we go from time to time when we engage with our constituents in the West African region, we see that there is lack of these services, or there's the lack of availability of service providers for these services for the nonprofit sector. And so we have thought about it and come up with these services so that we can be able to provide them for nonprofit organizations in West Africa. And then we have created a platform that is going to house all of these services and then the support that you are going to be receiving. And so we'll go through this platform to see how to navigate every service that there is, and how you can also provide requests on your technical challenges and issues, and then we can help you to solve them. And then, of course, when it's all said and done, we are going to have a Q&A section where you can tell us about your issues, some challenges, and general feedback about this endeavor that we are introducing to you. So let's all stay glued to our seats as we dive into the business of the day. Frank has already mentioned a little about me, and so I wouldn't dwell much on it. I'm a web developer and also a cybersecurity expert. And I also provide general IT support as part of my profession. And I'm currently the marketing and IT support officer under the TechSoup West Africa project. So, technical support. What comes into mind when we mention technical support? You know, technology has promised us a lot of innovations, and it has eased up the work we do. It has made work very simple, easy, and faster for us. But there are times that we know that originally, because our culture is not really backed by technology, there are challenges that we may face as we are using the tools and resources that we are given or that we are exposed to in this digital era. So anytime you face challenges or you are wondering what to do or where to go on a particular software or application, and you don't know how to go about it, then you would have to resort to an expert, an IT expert, to assist you or to support you to achieve or to be able to effectively utilize the technology tool or resource that you are using. So, as we already know, there are a lot of technology products that we have acquired in our organizations, and then we are using them. We provide this kind of support to organizations that have a particular challenge with some service, resource, or tool that they are using. Now, this technical support comes under a number of categories. So we are going to go through these categories so that we know the kind of support or the kind of request that we can make and what category they fall under. Okay, so the first category under technical support is what we term as general inquiry. And this has got to do with any technology support that you might need that can or that you cannot place or categorize under any particular or specific section. So we are talking about desktop support in general. Let's say you are going through some installation of a product, or you are trying to connect to the internet and you're having challenges. You know, all of these general inquiries are stuff that you can come to us and fill our technical support form, and then we can be able to assist you in resolving some of these challenges. It can be very minor and it can be very complex. All we are saying is that if you have any technical issue that you need assistance with, let's say you are using a software and it keeps ending, it keeps terminating, and then you have to restart it at every point. We are saying that you can come to the technical support platform, and then you go to software troubleshooting, where we can assist you to troubleshoot the particular challenge that you are facing. And then we can be able to provide assistance in that regard. And then if you are also wondering what product you can use to achieve some specific objective, let's say you are looking for a product that can help you to collaborate with your colleagues when they are on the field. You are looking for a product that you can use to create flyers, you can use to manage your social media handles, that you can use to manage your contact database or send out bulk emails. For instance, you can come to us and then we will provide you with guidance on the products that are good for you, and more importantly, that nonprofits can harness its use effectively. So that is under general inquiry. The next category under technical support is on the TechSoup platform user experience. Now, we are TechSoup West Africa, and before you can benefit from any of our product or services, that would mean that you would have to be registered on the TechSoup West Africa platform, which is westafrica.techsoup.global. Now, organizations may have one issue or the other, or may face some challenges when they are trying to achieve this. So you can use this platform, this technical support platform, to log all your challenges whilst you are registering on the platform. And then once you are fully registered and you want to go ahead and request for a product, you can inquire from us, because some of the products may have or may come in different categories or different types, and you may be wondering which one will be best for your organization. So you can use this avenue to ask for guidance in choosing a particular product, and then we can assist you in that light. You can also use the same platform to inquire about payment processing. There are a number of payment options available. We have our online payments. So if you're having issues with that, you can reach out to us through our technical support platform, and then we will take you through the steps and assist you to ensure that you are successful at making your payments. And then once you have made your payment and you have acquired your products, then you would need to install them. So you can also come to us and request for product installation and guidance, so that we will take you through all the necessary steps that you need to go through to install the products that you acquire from us. Now, let me clarify 2 quick points. The first point is, not all products on our platform or services on our platform are paid for. There are some that comes at absolutely no cost. So in that regard, you can come to us and then we can assist you to choose the products that you have. Just because we understand some of the challenges or some of the major challenges nonprofits go through is lack of funding to acquire the technology we need. So as much as possible, we have tried to also make provision for that, so that if you don't have or you have limited funding for some of the tools that you might need to work, you can still come to us and then we shall point you in the right direction. And then secondly, most of the products that we have on our catalog also comes with installation guidelines or installation instructions that are given directly by the software developers. So for instance, if you are getting a Microsoft product, Microsoft will send you instructions on how you can install. And these instructions are very simple to follow. Just in case you are not able to go through, then you can fill our technical support form and then we will assist you as soon as we can. And then the next is cloud solution optimization. Now, this kind of support has got to do with everything about cloud. So as we know, cloud computing is a new or revolutionary technology that allows us to back up our data in the cloud. And so that literally means that you are storing your files in or on the internet or online so that you can have access to it on any device that you want at any location that you want. And then that can also allow you to share your files with colleagues so that they can also collaborate on the same files simultaneously, without having to be in the same physical enclosed place or physical location. So that is cloud for us. There are a number of cloud products and resources that we provide, and our flagship cloud products is Microsoft 365 and Office 365. But beyond that, we also provide technical support for other cloud products like Google for Nonprofit as well. So you can come to us on every cloud product under Microsoft 365 that you have acquired from us, and then we can be able to support you to achieve what you want to use it for. You can use that to set up meetings amongst your colleagues and also to set up meetings outside of your organizations. You can back up all your files so that in case you lose any data or device, your files will still be available to you in the cloud, and then you can have access to them. And then we can also support you to use the products that you have gained from the cloud products effectively. So we can direct you on the functionalities of certain applications that are very essential and that ensures that your productivity is boosted all year round. So that is also something that you can come to us for support. And then with management of your cloud accounts, we can also support you so that you know who to give access to what. At times, per the organization strategy or policy, you would want to restrict certain levels of access to only a few people. And so we are going to be able to support you on how you can achieve that as well. Now, the next thing we are going to look at, still under technical support, is on digital security. Now, this is an issue that always sparks a certain level of interest because everyone wants to be secured. Everyone wants to be very, very safe. And we don't want our data falling in the wrong hands because data is very important. We are in the the data era right now, and the richest people are those that have data. So it is very important that we protect ourselves and we stay very, very secured. But the question is, are we safe and are we secured? So you can come to us and then we can have a sit down, we can have a meeting, and we will discuss some of the security protocols that you already have in place. And then we can perform an assessment and we can provide an advice, or we can provide some sort of audit for you so that you would know where you stand with regards to your digital safety. And then we can also furthermore discuss with you on antivirus protection, on how you can configure your firewall, for instance. All of these are very essential to ensure that you are not going to be vulnerable to security breaches. So we provide this kind of support to you, so you can always rely on us on these technical support categories that I have mentioned. So these are the technical support categories. We'll be moving on to the tech services pretty soon, but you can just type in the chat if you have faced any form of technical challenge in the past that falls under any of the categories that I have mentioned. You can just put in the chat right now. Anyone here who has faced any form of technical challenge, whether it being cloud, whether it being on digital security, on general inquiry, any challenge at all that you have faced in your organization, whether you have had challenges with a software that you are using, an application that you are trying to install, you can just put it in the chat. You can put it in the chat and let's see. So definitely with the advent of these categorized technical support for you, you can make use of the platform to request for this kind of support. Okay, Donatus is saying that recently had issues upgrading devices to Business Premium. Definitely in the right on the right point. We can be able to support you with that. So you can fill our technical support form once we introduce you to it, and then we will get right on it. And so that is great. Okay, so I will move on to our technical or our tech services that we are going to launch. Okay, so as I mentioned, these tech services are an add-on approach, or they are added services to the already existing services that we have. So in the past, we were providing some level of services to you, and now we are going to increase that. We are introducing an array of services that you can have at your disposal to ensure that the work you do is done in the most efficient and effective way possible. So we are going to go through the tech services. The first one is on cloud once again. So cloud is something that has come to stay, and any organization that wants to thrive in this digital era should definitely get on board on cloud computing. Now, under cloud computing, or under our cloud onboarding services, we have these 4 services that we are providing. Now, the first one is what we call Cloud Consult. Cloud Consult is something that we are already doing, and this is just for us to have a one-on-one meeting with you to know the kind of services that you need under cloud computing. So we are able to also present to you the functionalities of the cloud resources or the cloud applications we have, and then we will help you make a decision on what will work best for your organization. So that is for Cloud Consult, and that is available free of charge for any organization that would want to access it. The next one is what we call domain name redirection. Now, for those of us who have domain names, for instance, at WAXI, our domain name is waxi.org. And so myself and all my colleagues are using emails that end with waxi.org. So if I'm Kwame, my email address is kwame@waxi.org. To be able to achieve this, that means that I would have to link the domain name to an email client. Most organizations that we have encountered are using a service we call Webmail. Webmail is a free service, but usually comes with a number of challenges. There are times that we have received complaints that emails are bouncing or emails are not being received. And when we probe, we usually find out that organizations facing those challenges are using Webmail. Now, if you come on board Microsoft 365, you will be able to use or access your emails via Outlook with what we call Microsoft Exchange Server. So in essence, your domain name would be linked to Microsoft Server or Microsoft Email Server so that you can be receiving your emails through Outlook. Now, this makes your emails very, very secured, and also makes the delivery of your emails to your partners and to your donors very, very efficient. So it is a service that is highly recommended across the globe. So it's something that nonprofits should definitely harness and use for the effective delivery of their emails. Now, when you want to use your emails via Outlook or via Microsoft 365, then you would need this service right here that we call domain name redirection. So it's a service that we are going to provide to you so that you can have your emails through Outlook. And then We also provide deployment of Microsoft 365 cloud setup. And this is an entire package. As you can see, the image on the right here is a cluster of applications that comes under Microsoft 365. There are a whole lot of functionalities that can be gained from using these tools. You can collaborate, you can work on the same documents. You know, there are a whole lot of functionalities that you can acquire. So we provide full deployment of Microsoft 365 for you and your entire organization. And then last but not the least, you may already be using an email client that you want to migrate to a different one, being it Microsoft 365 or Google for Nonprofit. And you want to migrate your emails from your existing mail client to the new one that you are migrating to. So that service is a technical service that we are going to be providing from today, and that is called email migration. So under cloud services, these are the very essential services that we have carved out of the various services there are to provide for nonprofits across West Africa. So this is our time to get on board the cloud, because these services are going to be readily available to be offered to your organization from now onwards by courtesy of TechSoup West Africa. Now, the next one I'm going to present is on web services. Web services. And this has got to do with websites, owning your own website, managing your own website, managing your own domain. Now, most of the time when we engage with our constituents, we realize that most of them have IT or webmasters that are managing their domain names for them or managing their websites for them. I'm here today to tell you that management of your domain and your website is very simple in this day and age, and that you don't need a webmaster to manage it for you. It would have been very okay for webmasters to manage for us, but what we have also realized is most of the time when you need access to some tools to enable you integrate a third-party application onto your domain, then it becomes a banter between the organization and the webmasters. And I'm sure some of us here have experienced that. If you have gone through that or currently going through that, you can share your experience in the chat for us. And so having gotten some complaints from a lot of actors in the nonprofit sector in our region, we have come together and brought up these services here. So the first one is on website consultation. So there are some of us here that want to get a website, but don't know where to start from, or the type of websites there are, whether being a content management website, whether being a static website, a dynamic website, you know, the pros and cons of having either of them, and all the way to acquiring a domain, how to even get the right domain name for your organization, you know, the top level domains, the .coms, the .orgs, the .nets, which of them is suitable for us. Most of us here may be clueless of that. And so we are saying that you can come to us and then we will provide you with this particular service for free. We will sit down with you and go through website consultation, ask all the questions you want to ask, and then we will provide you with the answers that you need. And that will guide you and direct you in acquiring a website that is very, very responsive, that is very, very robust, and that can help you to drive your social mission. So that is website consultation. And the next one is acquiring your own domain name. And then we will show you, or we will also take you through the processes of managing your domain, which on our level or in our view should be done by the organizations themselves, because your domain name is your identity online. And you wouldn't want to acquire an identity. Let's say you have acquired your ID card or your passport and you are giving it to someone to manage for you. There are so many instances where you would need this identity to do stuff, to integrate stuff, to integrate other applications, and you will need to be able to access it. I mean, have full admin level access to your domain name. So we can guide you through how you can acquire, how you can purchase it yourself and manage it. If you already have it being managed by a webmaster, then you can also request for them to transfer it into your own account, that we can guide you through the process so that you can relish that as well. The next one is on website hosting and security. And this is also very, very important because the hosting provider that you use is going to determine the speed and the security of your website. And so there are a lot of web hosting providers out there. But in order to see or know the ones that are most secured, we are going to be able to provide you with hands-on information, first-hand information that you can use to make or to decide and to make the right choice in selecting a website hosting partner or a hosting provider. So it's very, very important. I know an organization that was constantly under attack. You know, they were being breached occasionally because of the website hosting provider they were on. And you know that most of the hosting providers we are on are shared. So you would have one hosting server hosting hundreds of websites. And so if there is an attack on that server, that will mean that you will be very vulnerable and may not be able to survive an attack on your system or on your website. So it is very important that you select the right hosting providers for your organization. Ones that come with security, you know, and ensures that you are safe and very, very secure. And then last but not least on web services is on website development. And I can't count the number of requests we have received in the past when it comes to website development. There are tons and tons of it, but we are here today to say that we have listened and we are going to provide website development services to organizations in West Africa, non-profit organizations in West Africa. So we are going to go through the packages that we have, and then we can do that. Getting to the end of last year, through a project that we were running, we were able to provide about 15 websites for some organizations in Sierra Leone, in Cote d'Ivoire, and in Gambia, yes, and in Guinea as well. So we are going to be doing that. We have opened this to every nonprofit organization that is registered on TechSoup to be able to request for these services. If you already have a website that you think needs a revamp, you can come to us and then we will revamp it for you. So once we go through the packages, you get to see what our website development service comes with, and they are very exciting features that comes along with it. Now, the next one we are going to look at is on tech training and education, and we have been delivering this service as well. And so the first one is on Microsoft 365, admin and end user training. Admin training is how you can manage your Microsoft 365 account. As I have explained earlier, Microsoft 365 is a cloud service, and you can be able to manage your cloud account or your organizational account on Microsoft 365, add users or add emails, create emails for your colleagues, and then manage those emails for them. And we can also provide you with training for your colleagues generally. So that is the end user training, how they can achieve day-to-day activities, managing of their own storage, that is OneDrive, and also collaborating and sharing of files within the organization and even outside the organization. So we have a full package of training for Microsoft 365 admin and end user. The next one is on TechSoup online productivity courses. And these are courses that, that deal with applications that have been selected just to ensure that your productivity is boosted. So we have applications, a number of them that you can use to accomplish certain tasks, and it makes you very, very, very resilient. It makes your work very efficient. It makes your work very faster and very simple. So we have selected a number of applications, and there are courses that you can go through to achieve these ones. And there is a link that we will share with you at the end on how you can access these courses. We also have a digital security course platform, which is called HiveMind. We have been sharing some communications on that. And so this HiveMind platform is dealing with digital rights and safety and digital security in general. So if you have any interest, if you want to read more or learn more about digital security, how you can stay secured in your organization, you can always go to this platform and you can have free access to the courses that are there. So I encourage all of us here to make use of this and go to this platform that is called HiveMind, and then you can have access to the courses. We also have fee-paying training on digital literacy and resilience, which we are launching this year. So WAXI as an organization has been providing training or delivering training to nonprofit actors across West Africa. And since the era of COVID, we have been doing this remotely. And so this year we are going to introduce digital literacy and resilience as part of the courses we are delivering. So this year really is a digital year. And so we want all of us to take advantage of that and to, get one service, ask for technical support, get on board these course platforms, and then benefit from it and use that to boost the work that you are doing. And then as we are delivering today, we also have a number of webinars that we have lined up that we are going to be delivering all through the year. We have shared the webinar topics already in some email that we have sent, but we will share them here as well for us. And then we also have some on-demand custom-made services. These ones are services that you can request for it, and then we will be able to gauge or to measure the depth of the services, and then we'll see how best we can customize it per your need. So these include custom tech trainings. So if your organization, for instance, want to be able to work remotely, and then you want to see the tools and resources that you would need and how to use them, then we can sit down with you and discuss this and come up with a course that we can take you through, or a tech training that we can take you through to achieve this. We also can help you to install and troubleshoot certain software or applications that you may need installing or you may need directions on. And so we also have basic security setup. If you are looking at setting up firewalls in your organizations, getting virtual private networks, for instance, for those of us who may not know, whenever you are out on the field or whenever you go for events and there's free Wi-Fi available at a place, we are always quick to connect. But you need to be really secure before you do these things, because the moment you connect to a public Wi-Fi, you are on a network with a lot of people who may be able to attack you. So especially in public Wi-Fis like hotels, airports, and all of that, there are people that intentionally go to these places and wait for you to connect so that they can launch an attack on your system. And so if you are not secured, you will be found wanting. So we have some basic security setup that we can provide for you. Depending on what you have, we can propose and actually help you acquire more in order to be very, very safe and secured. So these are the services that we have. And just like we did for the technical support. Let's hear from you. You can put in the chat any of the services that your organization has been looking out for or looking out to. You can put in the chat that have been mentioned here, any of the services here that your organization need. I can see someone has put something here. Okay, so you can put any service that you might need from what we have presented. For all you know, you'll be winning the service that you would need from what we have mentioned or your organization has been anticipating. Okay. Okay, so you can continue to do that. We'll be going through the tech platform very soon. So we will be going through a demo section. But before that, I think there are a number of comments in the chat. So I will leave it to Mr. Sombo to address some of them, and then I'll prepare my demo section. So if Frank is on the line, you can take over, please.
Of course, sure. Thank you very much, Kwame Asante, for this brilliant presentation, well elaborate. And colleagues, it seems the session has been quite loaded in terms of tech content. I am here and I can feel, the build-up of tech topics from the beginning, talking about how we can support you, how we can troubleshoot, how we can assist you with cloud services, how we can help with web design. For some of us, it may sound a bit loaded, but we want to be sure that we are working at your pace. So please bear with us. We'll ensure that each and every one we will provide the requisite information that you need. You may have the feeling that it is a bit much of tech content, because this is a designated webinar to present you with the options, the palette of tech services available for you. So kindly bear with us, and we'll be taking some of the comments that have been shared, and we'll see how we can address some of them even as we prepare for the actual Q&A session. So we have a first comment from Donatus. I think you touched on that, Kwame Asante, during the presentation briefly. So Donatus mentioned that his or her current challenge has to do with upgrading devices to business premium. Do you have a word for him or her about that?
Yes, Donatus. Yes, I think I saw that was the first one I saw, but we are able to provide that service for you, and it's a very simple process. So we'll definitely be in touch after the webinar, and then we can assist you in that regard.
Thank you, Kwame Asante. So Donatus, so it means that you may possibly be the first person to submit a request or a query through the tech service platform that will be presented in a moment. So get ready when we are done for the demo to send in your queries. The second comment is from Redmi Note 10. So this is written in French. It says, toute la problématique qui se pose à nos associations, c'est le défi de la sécurisation de nos données numériques. And so what Redmi means is that currently their main challenge for them and many of other society organizations has to do with securing their digital data. And I think this is mainly a comment, and that kind of support what the facilitator just said in a moment, that data security and digital security generally is a prime concern for society organization of our time. We have a comment from our community focus. It says that I have someone designing a website for me, and we often don't agree on some questions. Also, the challenge of leveraging social media. I will engage the platform. This is coming at a very good time for me. Thank you, Waxy. You are most welcome, our community focus. And we'll be glad to receive your request also. So it means that the competition now is between you and Donatus to see who will be the first to submit their request through the service platform. The next comment is from Stephen from RIA Initiative Nigeria, and is requesting for some information from the facilitator. How will you rate Namecheap? And I think that relates to the security of the web host service, website host service, or domain name host service. Kwame Asante, you have the floor to comment on that.
Okay, thank you very much, Frank. Yes, so Namecheap is one of the most secured website hosting platforms there is. We have used it in the past for a long time on their shared server resources before we moved to a dedicated server. So Namecheap is a very secured web hosting platform. Yes.
Thank you, Kwame Asante. And Stephen posted a subsequent comment to say, thank you for the presentation, quite interesting. Thank you very much, Stephen, for keeping in tune. On the last bits, you requested for some feedback on issues of interest or concern for people on the platform. And Alfred Akerele mentioned tech training. So Alfred is interested in receiving tech training for his organization. Onijua Nimeka is interested in things pertaining to remote working, and then civic tech on governance. Then we have our community focus with another comment says that I see a range of services I need for my nonprofit, and I'm definitely going to reach Waxy. Thank you very much. You'll be most welcome. Alfred Akerele said, can we drop our email to get the training list again? If yes, okay, so you have submitted the email address. So definitely you will have access to the recording and to the presentation. So you'll be provided with the host of services that we are providing, that we are sharing. And then we'll also, in a brief moment, demonstrate how to use the tech service platform where you have further information on those services. James Dunn has commented that web development is their area of interest. Victor Akanmidu spoke about access to donated licensed Microsoft desktop applications, and so on and so forth. Our community focus is asking about available laptops. We did have some comments to that in our previous webinar regarding the last month on the Microsoft Changes webinar. We mentioned that in the wake of COVID-19, we managed a special hardware donation program for 47 organizations where we donated 102 laptop computers. But that was for a brief moment as part of remedial support during the COVID-19 crisis. So we are continuing to engage with partners and to mobilize resources and capacity to provide ongoing support for the hardware donation. It is currently not the case, so we kindly ask you to bear with us as we continue to engage with partners. And if you have any recommendation, you can also share with us. Then we have comment from Victor again, talking about discounted laptops. And I think I will take this last comment before we go back for the demo. So there's a comment from Kwasi Akapo. He said, hello, Frank and all the team. I have a question about Microsoft Azure, how to activate the donation of the $3,500 of Microsoft Azure credit to deploy our applications and web platform. Okay, thank you, Akapo from Gore Institute. My first question to you, Akapo, is whether your organization has been registered as a nonprofit on Microsoft platform. If not, you can proceed to do that. And once that is done, we will guide you on how to access your Azure nonprofit credits. So kindly let us know. You can reach out to us and then we'll be able to take it up from there. So we'll continue with the rest of the comments in the latter section of our engagement. I'll turn it over to you, Kwame Asante, for the demo and the latter part of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Frank. Okay, and thank you to all of you for the questions and the feedback gained so far. And so, as promised, this is the platform, and this is our landing page. The URL is TechSoupWestAfrica.org. So it's not different at all from the name you already know. So this is the landing page, and I will just scroll all the way to the bottom and before we go through it. Okay, so what we are looking at here at the landing page is the two main, I would say, services that we are providing. The first one is on technical support, and then the second is on service request. You can also have access to them at the menu bar, which is on top here. So technical support, service request. So we want it to be easily accessible to you. So that's the first thing you will see when you log on to the system. All right, now scrolling down, this is just links to our social media platform. So you can click on them to have direct access to our social media. There are a lot of communication that we do on social media on offers that are available. So we will entreat all of us to use this to also follow our social media handles. And these are just updates, live updates that we post on our social media. You can also enter your emails here to stay connected. And so diving into the main deal, I'll go to technical support first. Okay, so this is our technical support request form. Earlier, we used to request for technical support via emails and via phone calls. But now we have this amazing form here that has been designed to deal with requests. So once you fill this out, we are going to create a ticket, and then we can be able to update it as and when. So whenever we update it, you are going to receive the updates of it, and you can refer to your past requests with us via your tickets in your emails. And so the details we are asking, and this will help us to track every issue that you bring to us. It's your first name, your last name, your email address. These are required, your phone number, and your organization name, so that we know that this is your details and this is the support you are giving use. At the end of the day, whenever you have another issue that can be linked or that is related to this, it will be easy to, help resolve it fast, because we have the data and we have, this data, and it can be linked and the solution can be arrived at. Now, these are the categories that we went through under technical support. So you can see that general inquiry is here, and then under Microsoft 365, emails and cloud in general. And then we have digital security. Any issue at all you have under digital security, you can just let us know. And then if you are having challenges with your TechSoup account, and here is your product installation and troubleshooting. Now, this form is mostly for your already acquired, applications or services with TechSoup West Africa, mostly, but not limited to. So if you have any issues, let's say you have purchased the software and you want to install and having challenges, you first of all fill this form, and then we can assess the level of the challenge that you are going through, and then we'll provide feedback for you, and then we can take it from there. And then here you would just put the title or the topic of the issue. So let's say your emails are not delivering. You can just put here emails not delivering, and then you can put in the details of what the issue is about. And then you can attach a screenshot. If you have it, you can just attach it for us to have a clear view or an appreciation of what is really happening, so that we can provide a resolve as soon as possible. So this is the form. These are just very minimal fields that are provided here. So if you fill this form and you submit, we can be able to resolve or help you resolve the issue and respond to you as soon as we can. Now you can also see here, there's a live chat here, so you can also send us a message. If it requires an instant response, you can send a message to us here and we will be able to respond to you. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so I believe it is clear. It is clear now. Kindly let me know if you couldn't see it and whether it's okay now. Okay, let me zoom in a bit again. Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so yes, this is the form for us, and this is the live chat as well. So if your message or if your request requires an immediate or urgent response, and you can just write to us and we will respond immediately to you. So some of us who are already here can try that out, and then we shall respond to you accordingly. Okay, so this is our technical support form. This is created for us. This is created for all nonprofit organizations in West Africa. So our feedback is very, very much appreciated. So if you have any concerns with this, you can let us know in the chat. You can write to us anytime. If you feel there is something that we can add to this, this is for us all. So you can do that. You can put it in the chat now, and we will definitely address it now, or we will look at it later as we go on. Yes, so I will move on to the service request because that is quite a lot, but you can put any feedback concerning this technical support form in the chat, and we will address it after the session. Yes, so this is our service request form. Let me minimize the live chat here, and then go to our first category of services, which is the web services. And as I have mentioned, website consultation is absolutely free. You can request for this anytime, and then we are going to respond to you and set up a meeting with you to have the website consultation. And then we also have our domain name registration guide, and we will take you through how you can acquire your own domain. And then we also help you to get domain privacy, and then show you how you can manage your domain. Everything there is to know in domain management, everything at all, from managing your domain records, from pointing your domain name servers, how you can renew your domain names and all of that. We are going to guide you through all those steps, and then you will have your domain name managed in-house by your team or by a member of your organization, instead of having it done by an external person. And then the next one we have is on website hosting and security, so that this hosting service also comes with an SSL, so that your website is always secured. As you can see in the address bar here, this website is secured. You can see the padlock icon here, and then there's also the shield here. So it's secured and it's also shielded from attacks. So if you host your website with us, and we are starting at a low price of $100 per year, and the services that you are getting is not only the hosting, but beyond the hosting, you are also getting security as well. Website development, we'll come back to this because there are offers, there are various categories of offers or packages that you can get. So we'll come back to this pretty shortly. Now we go to cloud services. And the first one, of course, in determining what cloud service is good for you is Cloud Consult. And I have shared a little bit of light on it. It's absolutely free. If you are looking at coming to the cloud, maybe you have a slight idea of what the cloud is, but you are wondering how you can best use the cloud services for you and your organization. Maybe you are wondering about the size of your organization, the number of colleagues you have, and what will best suit them. We will have this consultation meeting with you, and then we will be able to iron out all that there is to know under the cloud packages that we have and the cloud applications that will be best for your organization. Domain name redirection will show you how to link your domain name to your acquired cloud account or cloud licenses. And this is done at a minimal fee of $50. Usually, when organizations' domains are being managed by their webmasters, there is always an issue when they have to do domain name redirection, because webmasters usually are very, very defensive when they have to release domain name management to organizations for them to achieve this purpose. And there's always a banter when this has to be done. But we provide this service as well for as minimum as $50. And then with cloud setup, Microsoft 365 cloud setup, this includes domain name redirection. It also includes admin training. It also includes end user training that we'll have with all your staff. And then we will also provide support on how you can create your users. So this is a full package that comes with all these services. We also do user licensing as part of the Microsoft 365 cloud setup. And then the last under cloud services is email migration, where you are already using a web mail client or an email client like Google Mail or Zoho Mail or even Microsoft Mails, and then you want to migrate to another one. We are able to move all your emails alongside the migration that you are doing. So that is done. That is done with a third-party application or a third-party service that is paid for. And so we will assist you to pay for that service, and then you can also achieve or acquire. But we can provide more information on each of these services. Once you want to acquire them, you just have to fill the technical support form and let us know that you want this service and you want more information on it. We will provide it for you. If you want us to have it over a meeting, we can call you and then we can discuss it. And then the last category under our service request is the on-demand custom-made services. These are services that you will request, and then depending or based on the depth of the services, we can agree on a very workable budget that will not overburden your organization. As I have mentioned before, we understand the challenges of nonprofit with regards to availability of funds. So most of these services is really for us to provide the support for you, but not necessarily to, make you uncomfortable in any way when it comes to providing funding for these services. So it is for us, depending on the service you want and your strength and ability to pay for them, we can always come to an agreement. So we have software installation, and most of the software, like I said, in our product catalog comes with instructions for you to install. But in case you are unable to do that, in case you have acquired an Amazon Web Service, for instance, and this requires some level of technical ability to be able to go through the configuration, then we can be there to provide this service for you. So we have a number of applications out there that requires technical abilities to install. So if you happen to have any of these software, you can come to us and then we will provide you with that support. And then we have basic security setup where we will help you to acquire your VPN, that's your virtual private network. And then we can also help you to configure your firewall so that when you are going out, especially when you are going out on the field and you have to go with your laptop, you know that you are secured. If you are connecting to any network aside your organization's network, you know that you are very, very secure. Recently, I went for a program, and when it was time for tea break, I saw a lot of people left their computers open. They didn't lock it. And so I just saw a lot of vulnerabilities there that someone could quickly plug a flash drive in your laptop and download some virus that you would never see, but it will be transferring data to this person every time until you probably destroy your computer or your laptop. So we can install firewalls that will prevent that from occurring. So these fall under basic security setup. There's a number of them. So depending on what will best suit your organization, then we can get a quote under that for you. And then custom tech trainings has got to do with tech trainings that your organization may need in this digital era, being it remote working, basic ICT training, cloud computing, digital security training, you name it. And we are there to discuss with you the peculiar need, and then we'll provide a custom or a customized training just for your organization. The HiveMind platform I've already mentioned. I will click on it for it to open so that we see the interface. And then we also have TechSoup courses, which is also another platform that has a number of courses for us. So this is HiveMind for us, and you can come here, you can register with them as well, and you would have access to a lot of courses under digital security, and you can make use of that for you and your organization. And then under TechSoup courses, you would see a number of courses in English and in French. So you can have access to them as well. On a number of them, we have Microsoft courses, and we have courses that can also help you to even manage your social media, accounts. So it is very, very good, essential for us also. We can make use of it. Now, as promised, we are going to look at the web site development office. And we have three main packages under website design. Three main packages, and that has been categorized into bronze, silver, and gold. Now, the bronze comes with 5 web pages. It is responsive. That means that every device that you open your website on, it's going to adapt to the screen size or resolution of the device. And so that is also dynamic. So you can be updating the website with your latest news, with your latest events. It's dynamic. You can do that on your own. So we will take you through an onboarding process on how you can be updating your website and managing your website. We also are going to make it search engine optimization friendly, so that when someone goes to google.com or bing.com and they type organizations that, or nonprofit organizations that deal with education, your website can pop up. Or let's say when someone goes to Google and enters your organization name, your organization's website will pop up as the first link, and then they can click on it, as opposed to your organization appearing in the communication of maybe a news article or some sort. You can have your website, appearing on search engines. Google Analytics will help you to monitor the number of people that visited your website, the locations they are, the countries they are, the cities they are, their gender, for instance, whether they clicked on a link from social media or a direct link. It has a whole lot of metrics that you can use that will inform you on where your audience are, the times that your audience are active, so that when you are posting, you will have all of that in mind, and we will take you through how you can access this piece of information. And once we do the website for you under Bronze package, you will get 6 months free maintenance and support. So anytime you feel within the 6 months that the color of your header should be changed, you come to us and we are saying that we are going to do it for you, just because we feel that in 6 months, there are things that once the website has been developed and it's running online, you may identify something that you may need to be tweaked. And we are giving that flexibility for you to get that, option available so that you can have it done. And then this particular one is completed in just 2 weeks. And we are saying this is as low as $300. And so this is for, very low budgets. You can get this very, very effective, very, very nice website, just as you are seeing with this platform that I have here. All the websites that we are going to develop have some things in common: ease of use, cleanliness, simple. Every section of the website is very, very independent and very, very clear. It's easy for people to navigate, and it's easy to keep people on the website, and they are not bored to click away. Now, the next package is on Silver, which has 10 web pages, and with all the other features of the Bronze package. But this one also has social media integration and live chat integration. So what social media integration means is having your social media here, and also most especially these ones, having your live social media updates, so that when someone comes to your website, they can scroll and look at your tweets, the tweets that you have been sending out there. They can be looking at them. So this is for Twitter, and then this is for Instagram. So people can come to your website and look at these tweets, all in one place. So they don't have to log into the different platforms in order to see your tweets. If they want to know more about what you are posting online on social media, they can do that here. So that comes with the Silver package. And then you also have 12 months free maintenance and support. And this can be done and ready in 4 weeks. And you can grab this offer for $500. And then the last one is Gold. Gold comes with unlimited web pages, and you have all the features that comes with Silver and Bronze. And then you have 18 months free maintenance and support, and it will be ready in 6 weeks. Of course, Silver and Gold also have the live chat here. Live chat works just like WhatsApp. So we have an application, a mobile application that you download on your phone. I can see that people have already started testing it. I have received some messages on my phone, so I'll be responding to them after the presentation. But yes, live chat is very essential, because there are a lot of people that will come to your website and want to find out information in real time on the go, and people don't have time these days. So live chat is very important for us to have on our websites. And so that is that. Before I come to payments, I will go to contact first. Contact is where you can send any feedback at all to us, and we can respond. So your name, your email, and then your message. This is where we are located. In case you are using a phone or a tablet or even your laptop, you can always click here for directions, and it will bring you to our offices. And then the last one on the platform is on payments. So if you acquire any product at all, being it on our technical support services platform or on our TechSoup products catalog and you want to make payment and you don't have our online payment link readily available, you can come to TechSoup-WestAfrica.org. You click on payments and you will be redirected to our payment platform where you can pay with your Visa card or your MasterCard. Yes, so these are services for those of us here that were mentioning their interest in the services during the presentation. You can also put in the chat the services that you are interested in. And in general, I can't, stop mentioning that this platform is for us. It is to serve us all and to ensure that we make use of technology and we have it readily available. And so if there is anything that you feel that we should do or to add, or anything that you can contribute to make this platform better and to achieve its sole purpose of serving us, when it comes to technology, please kindly do so and put it in the chat for us as we head into the Q&A section. You can put it in the chat. And so I would put the link to this platform into the chat for us. And it's time for questions and answers. And so I will leave the podium now to Frank to take over to lead on questions and answers. Thank you very much, Frank. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Kwame Asante. That was another inspiring and breathtaking round that you've taken us through. It gave us a deep dive into the initial presentation with a practical demonstration of how to submit a query, and then also to get more familiar with the offers available for our non-profit technology community. Colleagues, you will agree with me that we've been well served this afternoon with a lot of goodies that have been presented. Kindly use your chat or your reaction to express your feeling. If you want to encourage the speaker, you can use the clap or the thumbs up. You can also drop a message in the chat, as some of you have done, and I'll go on to read some of the comments that you have left in the message. I'm also tempted to find out from you, and I think I'll reserve that for the end. You can just think about it. Of all the services that have been presented, which of them will be your topmost service of interest? I know during the webinar, there was a question in the last session before the demo of where will you want some support. I think now we have gotten to the tail end of the presentation. I would like to gauge a very general perspective from the audience. And I think I will come back to that in just a moment. So I'll pick it up from where we left off in the comment and question from the audience. There was a question after the comment from Kwasi Akapo. There was a question from Francis Eno on the cost of website design. And I believe that has been answered during the demo. So we have 3 packages: the bronze at $300, available within 2 weeks; the silver for $500, available in 4 weeks; and the gold for $1,000, available in 6 weeks. Each of them having different packages and integration facilities. Janet Mawino says that Blessed Jet Foundation needs donation to implement its vision. And so you are very much welcome, Janet, on this platform. We encourage you to visit us at westafrica.techsoup.global, and you can just follow the prompts. I believe your organization is already on the platform, and your organization has been eligible to receive donation. So we'd like to encourage you to visit the catalog of the product and to make requests for any additional product that you would like to benefit from. Stephen from RIA said, thank you, Kwame. So just to echo that. Abdul Noah Kamara said that, okay, so I think Abdul says website development, so they're interested in website development for non-profit organization. Will TechSoup make it free or discount? And I think we have also answered that. So it's heavily subsidized web development service for non-profits. And we are doing it to assist you to ensure that you have a very up and coming visibility and interaction with your audience, that your brand is communicating with your partners online. And so, Stephen, I've already answered a comment on the donation. We are still striving to ensure that we are able to access this kind of services for partners. Augustine McCarthy, please, how can you rate SiteGround as website hosting company? Are they secure to host with or not? I would like you to answer that, Kwame Asante. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Frank, and thank you, colleagues, participants, for your awesome comments and questions. Right on to Augustine's question on SiteGround. Yes, SiteGround is one of the very, very secured platforms that you can host your website on. I think there is always a ranking of most secured website hosting platforms globally, and SiteGround happens to be one of the top 3 there is currently. And so I would recommend SiteGround on any day for anyone who wants to acquire web hosting services. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kwame Asante. And I think the last question so far on our trail is from our community focus. And the question is, do you provide linkage for back-end donation platform? I think the question refers to online donation links on our websites, on our different websites. And the question is whether we provide that kind of facility to enable organization having a donate button on their website. Kwame Asante, over to you.
Yes, that is something that we can do upon request. Now, to have a donate button on your website would mean that you would have to get a payment gateway, activated on your website. These payment gateways allows your organization to register with them, and you would have to provide certain documentation that proves that you are an organization, an eligible organization, or an entity that you are saying you are, because there have been issues about people using these platforms as conduits to do other activities. So you would have to register with these payment gateways. Another way is if your bank can provide that payment gateway. So some banks, for instance, EcoBank provides payment gateways, Zenith Bank as well. So if you have a corporate bank account, you can reach out to your bankers and find out from them if they can provide you with a payment gateway for your online payments. Once they provide that payment gateway, what we call an API, then we can use that API to integrate into your website. Integration is technical, but we have the ability to assist you in that regard. So the payment platform that I showed you, that we use to accept payments under TechSoup when you acquire a product from us, is a payment gateway that we are using, that we acquired from our bankers. So you can do same. Aside the bankers, there are also private payment gateways, for instance, Paystack, and then Flutterwave from Nigerian developers, but it's a global platform, but it allows you to also accept online payments. And then we have DPO payment gateway from Kenya. So there are a number of them. There's also Haptel from Ghana, and then SlidePay as well from Ghana. There are a number of payment gateways that you can incorporate and integrate into your website. So that is possible. You would need an account with them if you are using those private once, or you can get the payment gateway from your bank. And once you have that, we will do the technical part and integrate for you. So that is possible. Yes.
Thank you, Kwame. Last comment, Al-Hassan Nuhu. So Al-Hassan said, sorry, I've registered for TechSoup, but have not been active for a while. I'm hoping to reconnect and get back to the team for any clarification. Very insightful presentation. Thanks. Thank you very much, Al-Hassan. And I think that closes the series of comments and questions from our target audience. Again, it's been a pleasure to have you all for this very interactive and educative session. We only hope that this is a beginning of a long journey of collaboration. We are here for you and we are with you in this process. We really expect to hear from you so that we can work together to build a strong and resilient civil society community. As promised, I would like to have your final take. Which of the services mentioned or highlighted will be your topmost point of call if you ever have to get in touch with us? So here we are not asking all your needs, we are not asking all your expectations, but then looking at all the services. And just to recap on them, we have web services, that's the last one we have presented. We have cloud onboarding, we have cloud optimization, we have software installation, we have general inquiry, and then we have support to use your TechSoup account on the platform. Kindly feel free to share with us any insights in terms of the service that is mostly going to be your first request in terms of the services that we have presented. I just want to leave about 30 seconds to hear from you. I just want to invite last drops of chat in the platform, and then we'll be wrapping up this afternoon conversation. Over to you, colleagues. Okay, in the meantime, I am sharing with you our timetable for our webinars this year. So that has the topics that we intend to address, and then the respective dates so that you can bookmark them. Get ready to receive our invitation through social media, through email, through our listserv. I've received a private message from our community foundation. I think it was meant, it responds to the question I asked earlier on the services. So they have mentioned that they will be interested in the general inquiry. Anyone else? So I've just shared with you our webinar topics and respective dates for the year. Kindly bookmark them and then get ready to receive information in due course. Okay, I believe we've already discussed a lot. Onijua, Nemeka, we are interested on general inquiry. Thank you very much. So I think there is a sense of starting off from the beginning, which is about really getting to know more about the different products and services and getting started with a very exciting digital transformation journey. Kwame Asante mentioned along the way that we have a fee-paying training this year on digital literacy and digital resilience. The date will be communicated later on. you will expect it for around the month of June this year. So get ready for that. Also, it will be different from the webinar. It will be a complete training package with all the resources that you need to support you. I think that may be of interest to you. So on this note, I would like to say thanks again. And I particularly want to say shout out for our French-speaking audience. They have been resilient, they have been engaged, they have been participating. I want to appreciate our interpreter in the person of no one else than Ruth Yakana. You've done a great job, Ruth, on providing interpretation for our French-speaking participants. And thanks to Adlid Tete, who has supported with the technical management of the platform. For my French-speaking audience, I just want to say merci beaucoup, merci pour votre participation et nous espérons que ce n'est qu'un début, que nous resterons connectés pour la suite des événements. Nous allons vous partager l'enregistrement, mais aussi la présentation sera traduite pour vous en français pour que vous puissiez vous imprégner de tout ce que nous avons partagé pendant ce webinaire. Ce fut un plaisir de vous avoir à cette rencontre et nous sommes ouverts pour recevoir vos commentaires et vos besoins. Veuillez suivre le lien qui vous a été fourni sur la plateforme techsoupwestafrica.org et veuillez exprimer vos besoins. Nous serons disponibles pour vous aider. On this note, I say bye-bye, ciao, ciao, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day and wish you all the best. Kwame Asante, kindly say a final word for your people to go in peace.
Okay, Frank, thank you very much. And thank you to all participants of this webinar. It's been a great experience and it's been a great and awesome delight to come your way once again. And so this platform is for us all. Let's begin to navigate it and to find the services that we have been wanting to acquire, all this while. And let's begin requesting for it. We are waiting for your request to be trooping in. So just get on board and let's serve you as we have always done. So thank you to all of you, and we will link up soon. Bye-bye. Merci beaucoup. Arigato gozaimasu.
That will make your online meetings productive and fun. With TechSoup, nonprofits in West Africa can get access to a 50% discount off all your Zoom purchases. Call us today on +233 185 7766 or email us at techsoup@waxy.org or contact our website.
Do you know that technology is one of the greatest assets you can have in your workplace? As a non-profit organization operating in West Africa, we understand the challenges you face in the adoption of technology, and we know just what you need to boost your productivity and put you on a firmer path to success. Welcome to TechSoup West Africa, where we connect non-profit organizations to appropriate and user-friendly technology resources that will enable them to save money, time, and increase their productivity. TechSoup gives you access to donated and discounted software, technology services, and a rich library of online courses to equip you and your team with the right skill set that will digitally transform the way you work. With the support of our donor partners, including Microsoft, Google, Zoom, and many others, we are able to provide thousands of nonprofits with access to a variety of software and after-sales service at very little or no cost at all. With TechSoup, your organization will discover a new world of possibilities that offers cost-effective alternatives to help you maximize your scarce resources. You also get the opportunity to connect to several NGOs across the world. Call us today on +233 20 185 7766 or send us an email at techsoup@waxy.org or visit our website for more details.
Savez-vous que la technologie est l'un des meilleurs atouts dont vous pouvez disposer au travail? En tant qu'organisation à but non lucratif opérant en Afrique de l'Ouest, nous sommes conscients des défis auxquels vous êtes confrontés dans l'adoption de la technologie et nous savons exactement ce dont vous avez besoin pour stimuler votre productivité et vous mettre sur la voie du succès. Bienvenue sur TechSoup West Africa, où nous mettons les organisations à but non lucratif en contact avec des ressources technologiques appropriées et conviviales qui les aideront à économiser de l'argent, à gagner du temps et à augmenter leur productivité. TechSoup vous donne accès à des logiciels gratuits et subventionnés, à des services technologiques et à un vaste catalogue de cours en ligne afin de vous doter, vous et votre équipe, des compétences nécessaires pour transformer numériquement votre façon de travailler. Grâce à la générosité de nos partenaires donateurs, dont Microsoft, Google, Zoom et bien d'autres, nous sommes en mesure de fournir à des milliers d'organisations